Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Wilhelm. I am the founder of the brand Moms Have This to Say. It's a brand for moms, about moms, by a mom, me. So today I'm going to talk about child development. A lot of people always have questions if they see that their kid is not, developing like their peers and they haven't reached the milestones that they're supposed to reach. They panic. Most parents panic and they're like, what's going on? So one of the things I want to let you know is that first and foremost, unless your pediatrician is worried about something, you should relax as well. So child development between 0 and 3 years old, there are some milestones obviously when it comes to language, cognitive development, any psychological development. There's a lot of development milestones that you have to get to, and those you can research on your own and ask your pediatrician to give you a list of the things that the kids need. But between 0 and 3, kids develop differently. And then between 3 and 5, kids also develop very differently. So let's start with 0 to 3 years old. So if your kid between 0 to 3 doesn't have the many words that they need, I'm just here to help you understand that there are specialists who can help you figure out what's going on. So between 0 and 3 years old, if your kid has any struggles, talk to your pediatrician. And by that time, I think your pediatrician would already have told you that there's something that they're seeing that needs help, or we need to focus on this. And if they feel like something is seriously wrong, they will advise you to seek the help of a neurologist. So I'll tell you our story. So between 0 and 3 years old, we have a beautiful girl, and she didn't have the words that her peers had. She didn't have as many words as her peers had. But my pediatrician was not worried about it. She was like, listen, between 0 and 5, so much can change, right? 3 is not a time to panic. But because I was I'm a mama bear and I'm also a panicky mom, I was like, what can we do? What can we do? And she's like, listen, you can go and start her in speech therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't change what your child is, it's not a big deal. And she referred us to a speech therapist. So when we went to see the speech therapist, I told the therapist advised us like, hey, you know what, it would be a great thing to have like some tests done to make sure you eliminate everything that could be the reason why they're delaying in speech. And so, me being me and being the mom of one, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, so let's do everything we have to do. So we sought the help of a neurologist, and we did find that our kid is hyperactive. So her hyperactivity was a little bit too much, where she couldn't concentrate like her peers to get to the point where they were. And so for him, he looked at all the markers, all the things that they need to know if your child is, has ASD, which is autism, or has some developmental issue, right? By 3, it's very hard to diagnose. In fact, she was not even 3 yet. And his thing was, I cannot place her in ASD. I really can't. But she needs speech therapy and she needs occupational therapy. She needs to be able to sit still and learn because she's going to get to school and all that stuff. But if you don't have a real diagnosis, it's very hard for schools to accommodate your kid, and it's also very hard for her to get any assistance to help her catch up with her peers. And hyperactivity at an age like 2 to 3 could just be something that they'll grow out of, or it could be something serious. Our neurologist was like, I can help get you guys a sort of diagnosis for her to get assistance at school. And we're like, we want our kids to succeed. Please give us this, whatever, write down whatever you got to write down for us to get assistance. So he gave us a diagnosis and paid for her to have a great speech therapist, but the occupational therapy, I let the district give us whatever they could give us at the time. So I'm saying this to say, don't be afraid to see a neurologist or to see your pediatrician referring you to a neurologist. It's not something that will break your kid for the rest of their life. And whatever diagnosis they get between 0 and 3 might be something they're using just for help, because between 0 and 5 is when you can really, really know what's going on with your kid.